Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are at my grandma's house. We're in her front room and we are looking at the Shark Navigator vacuum. And today I'm going to be doing a full review on this. I'm going to run it. I'm going to talk about some things that I like and don't like about it. And yeah, so this was the original Shark Navigator. And this was also one of the vacuums that really started to take off Shark. It's the vacuum that introduced Shark and paved the way for the Shark Navigator Liftaway, which is what really put Shark at the top of the line. So yeah, this one was made in 2011. It's kind of old. It shares a pretty similar design. A lot of the similarities, like the switch is the exact same. It looks a bit different. It's the same color by and large. But yeah, so I'm just going to talk about some things I like and don't like, and I'm going to run it for you today. So it's a bagless vacuum, obviously. You take this off, and here it is. There's the dustbin. And it's got 3 filters in here. I got a little dryer sheet in there, but it has 2 thick foam filters, and it has 1 thin foam filter, or like a felt filter or something. It's not really felt, but it's a real thin material. And there's also these cyclones in here, so you can take that out, and that comes apart. And there's also this anti-allergen filter down here. It's a little dirty, but there it is. And then you just pop that back on. You can take this hose out. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty good hose system. You just take the hose out and use it. It's very stretchy. You can stretch a very long way with this hose. That is for sure. And then when you're done, you just kind of wrap it around that little hook. Wrap it around up here, and you can just snap that back in. And then you just kind of get it, tight enough. And there you go. It doesn't sit perfectly on the vacuum, I guess. Well, there we go. That's a little bit better. It does have a very long cord. That's good. It's got a brush hole down here. And there it is. Pretty simple brush hole design. Yeah, so I guess let's just go ahead and plug it in and run it. We'll get the cord out here. There's 2 hooks. Hook on the bottom, hook on the top. That way the cord just pops right out. And like I said, the cord is very long here. And there's the plug. You just plug it in right there. And there you go. So it has obviously a dusting brush right here. It works great. And it also has a crevice tool in here. It's pretty short, but I think it also comes with a bigger one. And if I remember correctly, it also comes with a turbo brush, I think. Could be wrong, but let's go ahead and run it. I'll just run it, and yeah. So here's the controls. It has 3 settings. Now, you can have it run on suction only. Now that's for hard floors. Now, if you want to go on carpet, you flip the switch again and the brush roll pops up and the green light comes on. The brush rolls. Overall, it's not too loud. Like I said, if you go on a hard floor, you can turn the brush roll off, green light goes off, and then you just vacuum on hard floor normally. You can get in here. I like how it's pretty narrow. You can get into a lot of tight spots. And then you go back on the carpet, flip the switch again. Makes a little bit of noise when you turn the brush on because this vacuum actually has two motors. One is the suction motor and one is the brush roll motor. When you come up, the brush roll automatically turns off. And then when you just flip it all the way, the vacuum will shut completely off. So if we look inside the canister here, there is a lot of stuff that we picked up, or actually not too much, but I just vacuumed a couple days ago. So yeah, and it does pretty good. This is a pretty thick rug. It's got a lot of stuff in it. So pros and cons. Bagless is pro and con. Neither pro nor con. I don't really care. Cord is very long. That's a very good thing. I can reach from here. I can do the front room. I can do the dining room in there, and I can do this hallway, and I can partially come into the bedroom here. So very long cord. That's nice. It's got a very easy to use hose, and it's very flexible. So that's good. It's pretty easy to push. You just it just glides along pretty easy. Now, one bad thing is that this hose down here is not replaceable. They don't have hoses for that down there. Now, that I had to get a little creative with this. That hose is actually from the original big hose up here. The original hose for up there broke. There was a hole in it, but and the hose down there broke. So I cut off a little piece of the big hose and put it down there, and I bought a whole new big hose for up here, and that seemed to work good. So anyway, if you, on most vacuums, this one I can't do because we super glued this together. I don't know why, but you should be able to just take that off, and there's a little button down there that you can push, and you can actually lift this thing off of the motor head. That way if you need to change the motor head or something. Another bad thing, and I just experienced this very recently, I went to go clean this thing down here, this window, because it was very dirty. And I took the whole thing apart, and I had a heck of a time trying to get it back together. It took me like 2 hours to figure out how to get the thing put back together. Finally did, but it just took me forever. They make it so freaking complicated with all those wires and motors and everything. It's just very complicated. Just a simple task such as changing the belt requires you to get a whole new one of these motor heads. And it just shouldn't be that complicated. I don't know why they had to make it so complicated. But anyway, other than that, that's pretty much it. This vacuum's pretty great. Paved the way for another vacuum that I've also reviewed on the channel before that really launched Shark and made it a household name. My grandma's had this vacuum for 10 years. Like I said, she bought it in 2011. I did see that in there. Now, one thing I did realize that on most Sharks, they have the week and the year on the plug, but this one doesn't. But what I did realize is that down here, I don't know if you could see that, you can't. Well, maybe a little bit. But that says 0311A. That is the manufacturer code. It says the week 03, year 11. So this vacuum was made in January of 2011. Yeah. But anyway, that pretty much concludes the review. Pretty great vacuum. It's worked great. Never has lost its suction power. And we've been really happy with it. Now, they don't make this vacuum anymore, but you can find them on eBay or somewhere for pretty cheap because there's a lot of these because these vacuums last a while, and 10 years is just starting to, they're just now starting to kind of get tossed a little bit, which is unfortunate. But anyway, thank you for watching this review. Hope it helped you making a vacuum decision, or if you just wanted to watch it because you wanted to watch it, it's good too. So I'll see you in the next video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.